Hi everybody, welcome to B-Looks, or Blooks, if you don't know how to speak, and can't tell an acronym, or whatever the fuck that would be if it's not an acronym. This is a nice little series, for me to make at least, where I just look at some games, first impression style, and maybe sort of analyse a bit why they were so important, especially PC games of the last few years, and why they might not have been so important if they weren't important. We're starting with Super Meat Boy. For some reason I had trouble saying that, but it's Super Meat Boy. Look at him, look at the face. How can you not love Meat Boy? That's why he's popular. Just look at it. It's not the game. The game's not good. It's just his face. All jokes aside, I'm going to be analysing some stuff and looking at important games and games that I personally like, even if they're not as important as other games. And yeah, just having a nice little look at it. It's going to be a lot easier and quicker for me to make than 4 reviews. I've been busy. It's been literally over a year since my last 4 review. I'm really not happy about that, but I'm at college. Those of you who are in education know what that shit's like. It takes up a lot of your time, and then you need to be inspired to make a video, blah 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 blah, nobody cares. Let's play the fucking game. Super Meat Boy. Right, so we're going to start with level 1, as you do. And Super Meat Boy is interesting. It basically started the whole trend of super hard retro type of games, you know, especially in the 2D platformer sort of genre. And some people might hate it for that because it is just a really horribly overbearingly overused genre of games. Watch me just fuck it up on the second level and just... Oh, he sprints! I forgot about that! I'm so dumb. So dumb. But yeah, it's become a really overdone sort of kind of genre, especially on PC, in the indie scene. But it is a really good genre. I think a lot of it is just genre fatigue, and I'm not playing the game because I'm busy commentating. I think a lot of it is genre fatigue because I'd say that sort of, 2D platformers are one of my favourite genres. And even I don't really care nowadays. There's a new big 2D indie platformer. And we have this game to thank for it. The thing is that that differentiates Meat Boy to other games, like a game which I'm going to be looking at later on this channel, called They Be Pixels, is that Meat Boy... What the fucking shit? Okay. Right, what differentiates Meat Boy from other games in the genre is that not only was it the first one to sort of break loose the floodgates by being a Flash game, which is clearly a reference to the original Flash days of Super Meat Boy on newgrounds.com, the place to go for Newgrounds. But not only was it the first of its kind, it kind of just was flawless from the get-go. It's kind of like Bastion. It just played really well. There was nothing really wrong with it, and the fact that it was from an indie dev kind of made it easy to love, you know. How can you not love this thing that was made by a couple of really crazy guys in their basement? Oh, shit. I am shit at Super Meat Boy. I don't know what fucking world I was in. Let's do Dark World level 3. Fuck. Oh my god, this looks terrifying. It was just really solid. It was balls hard, but the pinpoint controls of it just made it ridiculously good. I mean, very few other platformers, some have Electronic Super Joy, I guess, but very few other platformers have said, right, we're going to be balls hard. There's going to be nothing here that you can blame for your fuck-ups, apart from yourself, because our control scheme is just fucking fantastic. Very few have really managed to do that. The game that I mentioned earlier, which is very much in this sort of Super Meat Boy vein, I guess, but it also tries to add beat-em-up sort of brawler elements in the style of games like Devil May Cry and stuff. It didn't do it as well as Meat Boy, just because they tried to overcomplicate a really simple, Super Nintendo formula. And Meat Boy didn't do that. Meat Boy kept to something really simple, and they didn't promise you the world. They promised you a fun game that would kick your ass like it's clearly doing to me right now. Like, what the fuck am I doing to my life? You're probably asking yourself that, oh my god, You're probably asking yourself, oh my god. You're probably asking yourself that question too. But yeah, it just promised you what it wanted to deliver. And I think a lot of indie games should go back to that, possibly. But it is harder nowadays, I'm assuming, in this sort of marketplace where there's just so many games, for something that would be as good as Meat Boy to even get picked up. I think it's really... This game, it's that little motherfucker, that blue? I said blue! Red little bastard on the left-hand side of the screen. I think he really sort of represents, wow. Indie games to some people. Like, to me, when I think indie games, Meat Boy's face is one of the first things I think of. And he really did start the whole indie revolution, and he did it fucking well. And I think that it was a time and place in gaming which we'll probably never see again. You know, just free open marketplace of indie games. Just starting to make really niche games that, like, who wants to play a game like Super Meat Boy? You know, we've got Call of Duty. Well, it turns out a shit ton of people want to play a game like this, and it did really well. Unlike me, at life right now, I'm not doing well. Well, this has been a fun little first episode. Thanks for watching. If you did watch all of this inane, rambly, terrible bullshit video, it's kind of hard to commentate over Super Meat Boy, but I had fun. Hope you tune in for the next one, which will hopefully be less shit. Thank you very much for tuning in to BLooks. Bye guys. Yeah.